Hi, hello everyone. So welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to discuss the mode concept related to statistics of class 10 APTS and Ncert. So in this video we are going to have the mode of group data. So we are going to discuss everything related to that. So if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and watch the video till the end. Right. And please share with your friends so that they also get benefited from this video. Let us get into the video. So in this video we are going to discuss about mode. So mode is generally represented by the letter Z, right? So mode is generally represented by the letter Z, and it is the second tool so which is used to find out the central tendency of the given data, right? So in this video we are going to discuss about mode. So already in your previous classes you have learnt about mode of ungrouped data. So in ungrouped data, so whatever the observation value is most frequently repeated, so that particular value we are considering it as mode, right? For suppose if I consider one example, so 1 2 2, so 2 2 3 3 3 4. So for suppose if I consider this particular data, here 3 is repeated 3 times, so hence the mode of this particular data is 3 because it is most frequently repeated observation, right? So not in all the cases mode is present, right? So if you are having all the observations as distinct values, so for suppose if I consider the values 1 2 3 4, then for this 1 2 3 4 there won't be any mode. So for this data mode does not exist, so we say that mode does not exist for this data, right? So for all the observations, so for every data, so there may not exist mode, right? Now again, so one more thing, so modes are of several types, so based on the repetition of the data, right? So if you are having only one mode for the given data, so for this particular data we are having only one mode, so what is that? 3 is the mode of this particular data, right? So if 3 is the mode of this data, then we say this particular data as unimodal data. We call this data as unimodal data, right? So unimodal means uni means single. Unimodal data means so it contains only one mode. So if any data contains only one mode, then we call it as unimodal data. Next we are having bimodal data. So bimodal data, so bimodal data means so we will be having two modes. So if a data contains two modes, so for suppose if I consider the same example, instead of 4 if I take one more 2, so this I can write as 2 2 2 3 3 3. So here 3 is repeated 3 times, 2 is repeated 3 times, so hence here equal number of times the data is repeated, hence this particular data contains two modes. So bi means 2, so already you know that. Next the same way one more type of data is nothing but trimodal data. So trimodal data means the given data contains 3 modes. Next after this, so we are going to have multimodal data. So if we are having such types, so in which you are having the same observations repeated equal number of times, then we call it as multimodal data. So this you will be using in your higher classes, right? So in our textbook, so most probably these two will be used. So if you want, so again remember this also, right? So these all are nothing but for ungrouped data. Next coming to grouped data. So when you are having grouped data, so how to find the mode of the given observations? So if you want to find the mode of grouped data, so what we need to do is, so for grouped data we are going to have only one mode. So in this particular thing, so already you know about grouped data. So in grouped data what we are going to have, so here in grouped data we are given with the class intervals and the frequencies, right? So this is nothing but the configuration. So whatever the question will be given, so you will have this class interval as well as frequency. So among these frequencies, so which frequency is more? So you will be having some number, right? So that number will be the biggest one or the largest one. So that particular largest value, its corresponding class interval. So you will have a class interval corresponding to this largest value. This particular class interval we call it as model class. So these words you need to remember. Okay. So what I am saying, so among these frequencies, so one particular frequency will be the largest one. So to that corresponding frequency you will have a class interval. So that particular class interval we call it as model class, right? So to calculate the mode of a grouped data, so certain things you need to remember. So the first point that you need to remember is, so whenever you are going to find the mode, you need to see that the class intervals are exclusive classes. The classes are exclusive classes. So this is nothing but the first point that you need to remember, right? Next step what we need to do is, so you need to see which is having the maximum frequency. So you need to observe which is having maximum frequency. So to that corresponding class interval you need to choose. So this class interval we call it as model class. We call it as model class. Okay. So these two things are must, so which you need to remember while solving the problem, right? And one more thing, so you need to understand here is, so already in mean related problems, so already we have discussed, so there are 4 columns, 5 columns and 6 columns are being used, right? For mode, so for mode we will be using only 2 columns. So only 2 columns means, so already 2 columns will be given in the question itself, right? So they will be giving horizontally. The only thing that we need to do is, so we need to write these horizontal rows as vertical columns. That's it. So calculating mode is very easy. So whatever the information that is given in the table in horizontal way, we need to convert it into the vertical one. And so there are few steps, so using which you can easily find out the mode. So to find the mode, so you are having a simple formula. Let us see that formula, right? So we are going to have the formula of mode for grouped data. So this is mode for grouped data. So we are going to find mode for grouped data. So this mode for grouped data is represented by Z and is given by L plus, so here L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So this is nothing but the formula of mode. This is nothing but formula of mode. So you can also write this formula in another way. So this is not given in your textbook, so just remember this. So you can write it as L plus F1 minus F0 by this 2F1 is there, no? So this 2F1 I am going to write F1 plus F1. So from that I can write it as F1 minus F0 plus F1 minus F2. F1 minus F0 minus F1 minus F2 into H. So this particular structure you need to remember. So what is the structure? So you will have L plus followed by a bracket or the parenthesis. So inside this parenthesis you are going to have F1 minus F0 by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So this into H, so most of the students they forget to write. So you need to remember this particular structure. So if you remember the structure, then automatically you will be remembering the terms. Okay, now we are having different types of letters used in this formula, right? So we need to remember all these things one after the other. Okay, let us see the things one after the other. First one is L. So L is nothing but lower boundary. L is nothing but lower boundary of model class. So already we have discussed about model class, right, in the previous slide. So model class is nothing but whose frequency is maximum, so its corresponding class interval is nothing but called as model class. And one more thing we have discussed here, exclusive classes. The classes should be exclusive. If they are inclusive, you need to change it as exclusive, because here we are using boundaries. So when you are using boundaries, so boundaries and limits are different in inclusive classes, whereas limits and boundaries are same in exclusive class. So that is the reason why we need to convert the given inclusive class into exclusive class. If exclusive classes are given, well and good. If inclusive classes are given, you need to convert those inclusive classes into exclusive classes, right? So that is the reason why we are stressing here about exclusive classes, right? So L is equal to lower boundary of model class. Next, talking about F1. So F1 is nothing but frequency of model class. So what is this? Frequency of model class. So F1 is nothing but frequency of the model class. So frequency of model class means you are selecting the maximum frequency, no? So that maximum frequency we call it as F1. So in the tabular representation, we are going to represent this value as F1, right? Next, so above this we are going to have F0, and below this frequency, whatever the frequency that here, that we will be representing with F2, right? Now let us see those. So how we are going to read those values. So F0, so F0 means, so above value you have considered, no? So above value, what we are going to say is, so frequency of class, so frequency of class preceding model class. So preceding means, so before class, right? So F0 is nothing but frequency of class preceding model class. So preceding means before class, right? Next, talking about F2, so frequency of class, so what we will be saying, succeeding, so succeeding model class. So F2 is nothing but frequency of class succeeding model class, right? So here model class will be at the center. So above the model class, whatever the frequency that we consider, we call it as F0, and succeeding class we are going to consider it as F2. And after that, whatever, and one more term is left now. So H, so you know about H. So H is nothing but, what we can say, it is nothing but class size or class height, or simply what we can say, class width. So there are different names for this H, right? So remembering all these terms, so this particular formula and their notations will be asked for 2 marks question or 1 mark question, right? And this is the only formula using which you can find out mode for group data. Okay, just remember the formula. So what is the formula? Mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H, right? So this is the formula which we are going to use to find out mode for group data, right? Let us move on to the problems. So on doing one problem, you will get a clarity regarding this. Okay, so problem number 1. So this is nothing but exercise 14.2. So in exercise 14.2 we are going to discuss problem number 1. So what is the given problem? The following table shows the ages of patients admitted in a hospital during a year, right? The age groups are given. Next, number of patients corresponding to them are also given, and he is asking you to find the mode. So here you need to find out mode as well as mean. So already in the previous video we have discussed about mean, right? So again here also is asking you to find out the mean of this data, and after that you need to compare these two and interpret the two measures. So here two measures of central tendency we are going to find. The first one is mode and the second one is mean. So after finding that, you need to compare and interpret. So interpretation means, so you need to say what you have observed. Okay, so let us move on to this problem. So first of all, if you observe the classes, so 5 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55 and 55 to 65. So clearly these are exclusive classes, so no need of converting, right? So first column is age column and the second column is number of patients. So first column is age column and the second column is number of patients. So here age is nothing but class interval, number of patient is nothing but frequency. Okay, now let us see what are the things that are given. So 5 to 15, 15 to 25. So mode is the very simple one in finding out all the three among all the three measures of central tendency, because it is very simple to calculate, but mean is the important one where you are going to have exact value, so that you will understand from this problem. Next, what are the frequencies that are given correspondingly? So 6, 11, 21, 23, 14, 5. Now observe clearly what we are doing here. Nothing to worry. So simply what you need to do is just go through frequency column. So among these frequencies, which is the largest one? So largest frequency is 23. So since this is the largest frequency, so draw a line. So simply draw a line. That means this line, or what you can do is simply draw a box. Otherwise draw a box, right? So this is nothing but my model class. So first identify the model class. So I have identified the model class. So since this is model class, now next after that, so this is F1, above this is F0 and below this is F2. Now you might get a confusion or a doubt. Sir, if this last 5, so whatever the 5 that is present here, if this becomes F1, then what about F2? So there won't be any F2 for this. So just consider that F2 as 0, right? The same way, if this is F1, then what about F0? So there won't be any F0, then consider it as 0. Okay, so that also you can clearly understand here. Right, now moving on to the terms. So what is the mode formula? So mode is given by Z is equal to, so here we are representing mode with Z. So Z is equal to L plus, so L is separate term, so F1 minus F0 by 2 times of F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So from this we need to obtain all the terms. So this is F0, F1, F2. Now corresponding to F1, okay, so to write down the lower boundary, so lower boundary is nothing but the lower boundary. So among this class interval, this 35 is nothing but we call it as lower boundary. So this 35 is my lower boundary of model class. Next, height. So since I need height, so what I can do to find height? So height I can find it by considering any two consecutive upper limits or lower limits. So difference of 5 and 15 is 10. So from this clearly H is equal to 10. Now on substituting the values, so what we are going to get? L. So L is 35 plus F1 minus F0. So F1 minus F0 is nothing but 23 minus 21 divided by 2 times of 23 is 46 minus F0 is 21 minus F2 is 14 into what is H here? So H is 10. So from this clearly this becomes 35 plus 23 minus 21 is 2 by 21 plus 14 is 35. 46 minus 35 is 11 into 10 is there, no? So I can directly write it as 20 by 11. So when I divide with 11 with 20, so 11 with 20 if I divide, so 11 ones are 11. Next what I am going to have, 9. So 9 cannot be cancelled, so I am going to take the value as 90. Then 8 times 88, again I am going to get 2, again 1 time. So since in the next step I am going to get 20, so 1 time it is 11, next 9. So it is nothing but 35 plus 1.81. So 35 plus 1.81 is nothing but 36.81. So since the units are given as years, so 36.81 years is my mode, right? So this is nothing but mode of the given data. Okay, now moving on to find out mean, because in this question we are given with two things. So the second one is about mean. So with the same data we are going to find out the mean here. So how to find out the mean? So to find out mean, so first one is age. So once again, to recall all these things, so he has given these things, right? So first column is age, and after that number of patients is represented by Fi. Next one is mid values, which is nothing but given by Xi, and after that, so which method we are going to apply here? So we are going with shortcut method directly. Next Xi. Next after that, so di is equal to Xi minus a, and after this, so what we are going to have? Next ui is equal to Xi minus a by h, and finally Fi into ui. So using this shortcut method or step deviation method, we are going to solve this. So 5 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65. Now writing down the values of Fi: 6, 11, 21, 23, 14 and 5. Now what is the mid value of 5 and 15? It is nothing but 10. And what is the difference? So already we know h is equal to 10. So just add 10 to each and every value. This becomes 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now how many terms are given? So totally 6 Xi's we got. So among these, select any one of the value as a. So I am going to consider 40 as a. Then so correspondingly to the 40, we are going to get the deviation as 0. Next this becomes minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. Next here this becomes plus 10, plus 20, because this value, so 50 is greater than 40, that's why we are getting positive values after the 0. So here above this you are going to get negative values. Next ui, so already we know h is equal to 10. So when I substitute h is equal to 10, then this becomes steps you are going to get. So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Next finally multiplying Fi into ui. So 6 into minus 3, minus 18, 11 into 2, minus 22, 21 into 1, so minus 21. So this becomes 0, this is 14, this is 10. Then finally what is the value of sigma Fi ui? So sigma Fi ui is nothing but, so 10 plus 14, 24. 24 minus 22 is 2. Right? So 2 minus 18 is minus 16. So minus 16 minus 21. Minus 37. So this value is minus 37. Similarly, Fi value. So sigma Fi is nothing but, so 11 plus 6, 17. 17, 20, 37, 38, 48, 58, 61, 71, 75, 80. So this value is 80. Now moving on to find out the mean. So mean is given by x bar is equal to, so what is the formula? A plus sigma Fi ui by sigma Fi into h, right? So when I substitute the values, so what is A I have considered here? 40 plus sigma Fi ui is nothing but minus 37 by 80 into 10. So on simplification, so this 0 0 gets cancelled, so 40 minus 37 by 8. So on calculating with 8, 37, so 8 4s are 32. So I will be left with 5. So point. So this is 50. So 6 times 48. Again I am going to get 2. So 20. So 2 times 16. So 4.62. So 40 minus 4.62. So this gives me 40 minus 4 is 36. So 35 point. So 62 means, so I am going to get 38 years. So this is nothing but my mean. So if you observe the if you observe this, so here what I got mode. So mode is nothing but 36.81, whereas mean I got 35.38. Okay, so these two values if you observe, so which one is comparatively less? So here mean is 35.38 and mode is 36.81. So when you compare these two, so mean is nothing but exact value that we are going to get. So mode is nothing but, so this 36 and 37 age group people are comparatively more. Now, and one more thing you need to understand here is, since mode is 36.81, so here what is the model class? 35 to 45. That means clearly you need to understand from here that mode always will lies in between 35 and 45. Okay, so here the mean is 35.38. Now from this what you can say here? So mode of the data is 36.81 and the mean of the data is 35.38 years. Okay, so that is what we can say from this data. Next, moving on to one more question. So what he has given, the following data gives the information on the observed lifetime in hours of 225 electrical components. Right, so based on that you need to find the model lifetimes of the components. So which components, so which lifetime components are more? So for that, so first column is lifetime. So lifetime is given in hours. Next, after that what do we have? So next we are having frequency. So second column is frequency. So there will be only two columns for this. So remember that. Okay, 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 120. So comparatively, so this is easy. So this is very easy to calculate, right? So first of all, write down the frequencies. So 10, 35, 52, 61, 38, 29. So clearly 61 is the highest one. So this particular class is nothing but my model class. So this is nothing but my model class. Then correspondingly this is F1 and this is F0 and this is F2 and this 60 is my lower boundary L, because all are exclusive classes. Next, what about height of this class? So height is equal to 20. You can directly take by considering the difference, right? So we got all the values. Next, finally writing down the formula. So mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 times of F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. On doing the problems, so you will be getting the formula to your mind. Okay, now substituting the values. So L is equal to 60 plus F1. So F1 is 61 minus 52 by 2 times of 61 is 122 minus 52 minus 38 into what is H value? H value is 20. On simplification, so 60 plus 61 minus 52 is nothing but 9, right? Next, 120 minus 122 minus 52. So 120 minus 50 is nothing but 70. So 70 minus 38 is nothing but 33. So 33 into 20. So from this what I can write as 60 plus 9 2s are So this becomes 180 by 33. So when I divide with 33, this 180, so 33 3s 99, so it is nearly 33 5s. So 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 15, so 165. So for 165, 33 is added, it will cross, so 5 times, so 165. So 10 minus 5 is 5, next 7 minus 6 is 1, so 150. So it goes, so if I take point, so it goes 4 times, so 33 fours, so nearly, so I am going to get 5.4. so this I can write as 60 plus 5.4, so which gives me 65.4 hours. So this is nothing but my approximate mode value. So this is nothing but my approximate mode value. So what is the answer? 65.4, right? Sorry, here it is 32, not 33. So this is 32, then this becomes 180 by 32. So on simplification, so what I am going to get here, so 32 divided by, so 180 divided by 32, so 180 divided by 32 gives me 5.625. So since 32 is exactly dividing it, so I will be getting 5.625. so from this I am going to get 65.625 hours, right? So here, so small calculation mistake, so 9 by 32 into 20, so which gives me 65.625. so this is nothing but the modal value of the particular lifetime of the electrical components. Okay, so likewise you need to do simplifications. So the only thing is, from the table you need to obtain the values of L, F1, F0, F2 and H, and after that you need to substitute in the formula, and finally you need to do the simplification. Okay, next moving on to question number 3. So in question number 3, the following data gives the monthly household expenditure of 200 families of a village. Find the modal. So modal means nothing but mode, monthly expenditure of the families. Also find the mean, so is asking mean also. So both the things I need to do here, right? So making it fast, so what is given, so first we are going to find out the mode of the given data. So for that what we need to do, so writing the expenditure and number of families. So using this we are going to obtain the values of L, F1, F0 and F2 and H. So directly writing these values, so 1000 to 1500, so 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000, so 3000 to 3500, so 3500 to 4000, so here 10 is extra. Next 4000 to 4500. So how many intervals he want, he can give, but here we are going to use only the model class value and its preceding succeeding values. Now moving on to the number of families, 24, 40, 33, 30, so 33, next this is 28, next 30, next 22, 16, 7. Now among these frequencies, so which one is greater? So among this clearly 40 is greater, no? Okay, so clearly this is F1 and this is my model class. So here model class is the second class itself. So 24, 40, 33, 28, 30, 22, 16, 7. Among this 40 is the highest frequency, so it is F1. So clearly this becomes F0 and this is my F2 and this is my L, and to find out the height what I need to do, I need to take the difference. So height is nothing but 500. Okay, now finding out the value of mode. So mode is equal to, what is the formula? L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 times of F1 minus F0 minus f2 into h. Now on substituting the values, so L is 1500 plus f1, so 40 minus 24 by 240 is 80 minus 24 minus 33 into h is 500. Now simplifying this value, so 1500 plus, so 40 minus 24, so which is nothing but 16 divided by, so 24 33, so 4 plus 3 7 and 3 plus 2 5, so 57. So 80 minus 57, so 80 minus 57 is 33. So 80 minus 57 is not 33, it is 23, because 80 minus 50 is 30, 80 minus 57 is 23 into 500. So you need to simplify this value. So on simplifying this value, what we are going to get is, so this is nothing but 1500 plus this simplification we need to do. So we need to divide with the 23, and then I am going to get 347. So this I am going to get 347.83. So do this simplification. So are you getting this particular value or not? Please check. And from this, on adding, what I am going to get, 1847.83. So this is nothing but the expenditure. So expenditure is considered in rupees, right? So this is nothing but my mode monthly expenditure. So 1847.83. Next, moving on to the mean. So since he has asked to find mean also, so going for mean, so for that, so first one is class interval and the second one is frequencies fi. Next we are going to go with the mid values, which are nothing but represented by xi, and after that deviation. So deviations is given by xi minus a, and after deviation, so what do you have? Ui. So ui is equal to di by h, and after that finally the last column fi into ui. So totally 6 columns. By using shortcut method we are doing, right? So what we are going to get? So class intervals 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, next 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000, 3000 to 3500, so 3500 to 4000, next 4000 to 4500, next 4500 to 5000. Next corresponding frequencies, so 24 40, 33, 28, 30, 22, 16 and 7. So correspondingly, so 1000 and 1500, so what is the mid value? So 1250. So what is the height here? So height is equal to 500. So clearly for this 500 I need to add, so this becomes 1750, this become 2250, here 2750, 3250, 3750, here 4250, 4750. Next we are going to find out the deviations. So for this, what I am going to do, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So totally we are having even number of class intervals. So consider this 2750 as a. So anything you can consider it as a. Correspondingly its di will be 0. Next, so since the height is 500, so this is nothing but minus 500, minus 1000, minus 1500. Correspondingly here 500, next is 1000, next 1500, next 2000. Now when I consider ui, so ui is nothing but di by h, h is 500, so this becomes steps. So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 2 3 4. Now correspondingly multiplication, 24 into minus 3 is minus 72, 40 into minus 2 is minus 80, 33 into minus 1 minus 33, Next corresponding 0. 30 ones are 30, 22 twos 44, 16 threes 48, 7 fours 28. Now on adding all these, summation of Fi Ui is equal to, now when you add all these, so what I am going to get, so 2 plus 3 5, next 8 plus 3 11, 11 plus 7, sorry 8 plus 3 11, 11 plus 7 18. So this is minus 185 and its sum is 8 plus 8 16, 16 plus 4 20. So 2 is carried, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 2 15. So this becomes 150, right? So this is nothing but 150. So minus 185 plus 150 gives me minus 35. So summation of Fi Ui is minus 35 and summation of Fi. So he has given the number of families, no? So number of families are 200. So directly I am going to use that. Now finally what I need to find? So I need to find mean, right? So mean is given by, so mean is equal to A plus summation of Fi Ui by summation of Fi into H, right? Now substituting the values, A is considered as 2750 plus summation of Fi minus 35 divided by 200 into 500. Now clearly here 0, so 2 zeros I can cancel it out. Now directly what I am going, 2750 minus 35 fives, so 5 fives 25, 2 is carried, 3 fives 15, so 175 by 2. Now 2750 minus 175 by 2, so 28 times 16, next 15, so 15 means 7 times 14.5. So 2750, so 2750 minus 87.5. So to subtract, so what I am going to get, 10 minus 5 is 5, right? 9 minus 7 is 2. Next 5 minus 8, so we can't cancel, so 15 minus 8 is 7. So this becomes 2672.5. so this is nothing but 2672.5. so what is the mean that we got here? 2672.5. but what is the mode that we got? 18.1847.83 rupees. So mode is 1847.83 rupees because here mode is concentrated mostly because 40 is the maximum value, right? But average, so average means nothing but the whole center value is nothing but 2672.5. so this is nothing but my average value of the monthly expenditures. Okay, I hope you have understood this particular problem, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So the following distribution gives the state-wise teacher-student ratio in higher secondary schools of India. Find the mode and mean of this data. So comparatively, so this is smaller, this is having smaller values and compared to the before things, right? So first one is number of students. So here we are going to find out the mode and after that we will be going with mean. So number of states, simply writing the values. So 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55. So these are number of students and number of states. So this is 3, this is 8, this is 9, this is 10, 3, 0, 0, 2. So if there is no particular value, then we are going to consider it as 0. Next, amongst all these, so 10 is nothing but the maximum value, right? So this is the only double digit value here. So this is F0, sorry, this is F1 because this is model class. So this is my model class and this is F0 and this is F2 and this 30 is my lower boundary. Next, height is 5. Now mode is given by, so what is the formula? L plus f1 minus f0 by 2 times of f1 minus f0 minus f2 into h. Now on substituting the values, so what I am going to get? 30 plus f1 minus f0, so 10 minus 9 by 2 times of 10 is nothing but 20 minus 9 minus 3 into 5. Now on simplification, 30 plus this numerator is 1, 20 minus 9 is 11, 11 minus 3 is 8 into 5. So this is nothing but 5 by 8. So on dividing, so this becomes 0. So 8 6 are 48. Then this becomes 2. So 20. So 8 2s are 16. 8 to 16, again 4. So 40 clearly goes 5 times. So this I can write it as 30 point. So 30 plus 0.625. So 30 plus 0.625 is nothing but 30.625. So this is nothing but teacher student ratio. So answer is 30.625. Okay, next moving on to the mean. So since he asked about mean also, no, so directly finding out the mean value. So what is the value of mean? So how to find the mean? So you can use a direct method here because the values are very small. Okay, so we are going to use direct method. So class intervals, frequencies, and next mid values. Okay, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55. So since values are comparatively small, so we are making use of direct method. So 3, 8, 9, 10, 3, 0, 0, so 0, 0, 2. Now going on with mid values. So 15, 20 mid value is 17.5. Next 20, 25 mid value is 22.5. Next 27.5. Next 32.5. Next 37.5. Next this is, sorry, here what is the mid value? 42.5, 47.5, 52.5, right? But here xi values we have got as 17.5, 22.5, 27.5. So when you are getting 0.5s, so direct method, so to multiply, so you can multiply, but again it becomes somewhat difficult, right? So what we thought by looking at the question, so we have thought that using direct method we can easily do, but here it is not the situation. So directly what I am going to do is, so I am going to consider 37.5 as EA. Then we are going with direct step deviation method. Okay, so this is A. So if this is A, corresponding DA value is 0. Next, what is the height of this? So height is 5. So since height is 5, so this becomes minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20. Likewise here I am going to get 5, 10, 15. So since I got DI value, directly I can obtain UI value. So UI is nothing but DI by H. So already I know height value, right? So height is 5. So based on that, this becomes minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now for the values of Fi into UI, so directly multiply 3 4s are minus 12. Next 8 into minus 3 minus 24, 9 into 2 minus 18, 10 into minus 1 minus 10. Next this is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 0 into 2 is 0, 2 into 3 is 6. Now finally what I am going to get Fi UI value. So 12 and 18, 30. So 30, 40, 50, 64. So minus 64 plus 6 is nothing but minus 58. Next, what about sum of these? So sigma Fi is equal to, so 8 plus 3 11, 11 plus 9 20, 30, 33, 35. So this is sigma Fi is equal to 35. Now directly finding out the mean value. So mean is equal to A plus summation of fi ui divided by summation of fi into h. Now when I substitute the value, so this becomes 37.5 plus minus 58 by 35 into height is 5. So this 5 in 35, it goes 7 times. So 37.5 minus 58 by 7. Now calculating the value of 58 by 7. So 7 8s are 56. So 56. So it gives 2. So point. So 2 times 14. So again you are going to get 6. So this gives me, so 37.5 minus 8.2. So when I do subtraction, so 5 minus 2 is 3 point. So here 37 minus 8. So 37 minus 8 is nothing but 29. So here I am going to get the mean as 29.3. The mean value is 29.3. Right. So from this, what we can interpret? So the mode of this data is 30.625 and the mean of, or the average of this data is 29.3. Right. So this is about this question. Next, moving on to one more question. So question number 5. So in a cricket match, the runs scored by some top batsmen of the world in ODI cricket. So one day international cricket matches. So we need to find out mode, only mode here. So it is simple then. So we are going to take the runs and next number of batsmen. Now, so runs and number of batsmen. So what about runs? So 3000 to 4000. Next 4000 to 5000. Next 5000 to 6000. Next 6000 to 7000. Next it is 7000 to 8000. Next 8000 to 9000. 9000 to 10,000. So it is 10,000 here. Next 10,000 to 11,000. So these are nothing but the class intervals that are given. Next we are going to talk about the number of batsmen. So this is 4, 18, 9, 7, 6, 3, 1, 1. So clearly this is nothing but my model class, right? So this is nothing but my model class. So based on this, so we are going to solve this problem. So this is F1, this is F0 and this is F2 and this 4000 is my L and height is nothing but 1000. So H is equal to 1000. Now using the formula of mode, so mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 times of F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So without writing this, so when this question is asked in objective type, so by looking at this table itself you can directly substitute the values, right? So what is L here? So L is 4000 plus F1 minus F0, so 18 minus 4 by 2 times of 18 is 36 minus 4 minus 9 into height is 1000. Now on simplification, so 4000 plus 18 minus 4 is 14 divided by 36 minus 4 is 32. 32 minus 9 is 23 into 1000. Now since we are having a prime number in the denominator 23, so if you divide with that value, so we are going to get, so 4000 plus, so I am going to get 608.7. Now I am adding this, so I am going to get 4608.7 runs. So this is nothing but my mode runs, so model runs of the given data. Okay, so this calculation you need to multiply, so 14 into 1000, so 14,000 divided by 23. So this gives me 608.7 something. So we are going to get 4608.7 runs. Next, moving on to one more question. So a student noted the number of cars passing through a spot on a road for 100 periods, each of 3 minutes, and summarized this in the given table. Here, to understand the traffic of a particular road, so we are going to have these type of notings, right? So here the number of cars are given, so number of cars as well as frequency is given, right? Number of cars and frequency, number of cars, and the second column is frequency. Now the number of cars are given as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, so it is still 70 to 80, right? So 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. So this is nothing but my table. Now, so first frequency is 7, 14, 13, 12, 20, 11, 15 and 8. So clearly 20 is nothing but my model class. So this is the highest frequency, then this is F1, this is F0, and this is F2, and this is L, because these all are exclusive classes. Next, what about height? So height is nothing but 10, so H is equal to 10. So mod is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So when I substitute the value, L is 40 here, so 40 plus F1 minus F0, so 20 minus 12 divided by 2 20s are 40 minus 12 minus F2 is 11 into what is the height? Height is nothing but 10. So this gives me 40 plus 20 minus 12 is 8, 40 minus 12 is 28, 28 minus 11, 28 minus 11 is 17 into 10. So from this what I am going to get? 40 plus 80 by 17. So in 17 table 80, so 17 3 is 51, 17 4 is 68, so 4 times 68, so I am going to get 12 here. So if I take point, this becomes 120, this 120, so this goes 7 times nearly. So from this what I am going to get? 40 plus 4.7, so this gives me 44.7 cars. So 44.7 cars is nothing but my mode of the given data, right? Okay, these all are nothing but the problems, so which we have related to mode for grouped data, right? So in the next video, so we are going to discuss about median of grouped data. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. So if you haven't subscribed the channel, so please subscribe the channel and share with your friends and stay connected with the channel. So thank you very much.